There. Welcome back to Ask Amy. I have a question today from Trish. She says, I know the body knows what it knows, and it knows what to do if I get out of the way. I know that intellectually. I have a couple of prolapses, a bladder and a rectum. The rectum is newer and has gotten worse lately. I do special exercises for it, and some women, a lot of women, have reversed theirs over short periods of time with the exercises and with using the emotional tools from Abraham Hicks. I'm no slug and I've always been very fit and active, but the menopause years haven't been kind to me, and that's when I found the 3 principles, which have helped tremendously. I'm in a very different space, but have this hiccup. I feel okay most of the time, and I'm really seeing how stuff comes and goes if you leave it alone. I guess my question is, will the mind-body stuff be the kicker for my body healing totally? I found a course that costs $11,000, and to me, that's way over the top. Can I heal with just the mind-body stuff and not the hyperpressives? I'm not sure what that is. I think that's the exercises, because she says, because I've been doing them for years and no improvement. Symptoms actually did improve a couple years ago when we had a long holiday, and then a couple weeks after getting home and back into life, they got worse again. I guess that says a lot. Yes, I think that says a lot. I would love your perspective. Okay, so I don't know anything, Trish, about healing. I'm just going to use your words. My question is, will the mind-body stuff, so the principles, I guess, the Abraham Hicks tools, will that be the kicker for my body healing totally? So by you asking that question, I can see that what you want, and but maybe not really, of course, your number one focus priority is the body healing totally, whatever that means to you. But, sounds like you just want this physical issue gone. And that is normal and understandable, of course. I don't know what's going to heal that. Couldn't possibly know. You don't know what's going to heal that. I mean, your doctors, your medical doctors, apparently don't know exactly what's going to heal that. All they can ever do is just share, what works in general, or what's worked for other people, or what seems like it should work. And then you see what happens. So it seems to me in reading this that there's that real focus, almost like this has to, I'm putting words in your mouth, but you just see what resonates with you. This has to change for me to be okay. My number one focus is this going away. This has to heal. Healing my body totally. So the body shouldn't have any problems. It should be totally healed. That's the suffering. Bodies break 100%. You're mentioning that you're past the menopause years. This is just what happens. This is just the nature of bodies. They start to break down. It doesn't have to mean suffering. And I love how you mention in here, that you went on a long holiday and all of these symptoms cleared up. Then you got back home. So of course, there's something in that, but I don't even hear that. That to me is not about the body healing. If we want to go on long holidays and have the body totally clear up and then come home and see that it gets agitated again, like the long holiday, obviously, unless you're going to live that way, and then it wouldn't work anyway, is not a formula for a body healing totally. What that just points to is the fact that you probably weren't thinking or worrying much, and the symptoms cleared up. And then you came home and probably started thinking, worrying again. That's really simple, and I know you see that in that. So at any rate, when the focus is on the body must heal totally, why is this a problem? Why is this body doing this? I just think we're in for a ton of suffering. Can the body do whatever it needs to do? Thrive in some ways, have issues in other ways, just like your car, just like anything in your home, just like a body that's aging, and they all do this. Can that happen and you be at peace? That's the only place I know to look. In my view, it's the only place worth looking. Now, that is not against any kind of medical stuff, of course. You continue to do whatever exercises make sense to you and are recommended. You can continue to do all kinds of medical interventions and the other stuff, what you're calling the mind-body stuff, whatever else makes sense to you. That's fine. But when all of that is done, in order to heal this body, I just think it's not going to go well. It's like anything in life. When we're doing it with a specific agenda in mind, it's already a mess. It's already doomed. When there's a specific agenda in mind and that agenda has to be met for this to be a success, really what we're saying there is for me to be okay. For me to feel okay, this agenda has to be met. It's never, ever, ever going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So, and your body will heal in this regard, or it won't, or it will a little bit, or it will at times. I don't know. But when you say that everything comes and goes when you get out of the way, you're kind of referring, you say the body knows what it knows, and it knows what to do when I get out of the way. But I want you to see that in a bigger way. Everything, thoughts and feelings come and go. And you said something about this. I feel okay most of the time, and I'm really seeing how stuff comes and goes if you leave it alone. So consider this thinking, this habitual thinking that says this needs to end. This is not okay. My body is broken and it shouldn't be. This shouldn't be happening. I want this totally healed. That is thought that also comes and goes. The sensations you feel, sensations that also come and go. The emotions you feel around this, maybe around aging, maybe around, not having control. They also come and go. There's nothing we can do to control life and make it go our way, and trying to just creates so much pain. So can we just be in a place where all of this is going to come and go? There's a body here that every one of us is associated with in one way or another. We feel somewhat identified with, more or less, but in one way or another, this is my body, that's yours. They break. Can we be in that experience with some looseness, with less identity, with less it shouldn't be? And the only way to do that with less is to just keep being on to what's going on here. That's not that body is not you. It is not supposed to always be healthy. So, okay, that's what's going on. So there will be things that happen. There will be thoughts. There will be emotions. There will be physical pain. There will be all kinds of things. Can you be the awareness of that? Can you watch all that come and go, as you say, more and more? Because I think following that path, which you're already on to, is really where it's at for you. Honing in on like trying to heal the physical body, especially when it has that urgency and that agenda is taking you kind of in the wrong direction. Now, again, they're not opposed. Of course, you go to the doctor, take medication, do exercise, wonderful. But you have no control. There's nothing that you can do that's going to control this. And in fact, letting go of the control a little bit is going to open up so much. So I hope that helps. Thanks for sending your question, Trish. And send your questions to askamy@thelittleschoolofbigchange.com. And I'll see you guys next time.